Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Software Inc. Alpha 9. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because things are going pretty well here at Nerdrasoft Studios. You might be able to notice that there has been a slight change to this building just here. I have indeed added another floor to it. This floor is actually going to be for team leaders. Every leader has an office on this floor at this point, which I think is a pretty good idea. This was suggested in the comments of one of the previous episodes. I know that I liked the comment, I replied to, and I did the love thing that you can do with your own YouTube comments. So to that person, this was your idea, and I like it. It's maybe not as grand as the comment maybe wanted it to be, because the idea was that I'd give myself a nice big office, but no, we've got these. These are dedicated leader offices, which I will say that Dev 1A, B, and C, and 2A, B, and C, they do still share leader offices, but that's because they're coming in at all different times, and it doesn't really make sense to give them all individual offices because it's just a bit of a waste of space. So we do have room here for 5 more teams and their leaders, which is brilliant news. So I look forward to going ahead and having some good stuff happen with all of those. There's also apparently been a little bit of an update to Software Inc. since I last played it, because it now shows you exactly how much you're spending on marketing, which is... Wait, has it always done this? I feel like it might have. Either way, we're close to spending $1 million on marketing Vision 3D. I feel like I want to set a budget on that, to be honest. I feel like it's already... Wait, what? That must be a daily budget, right? Let me say like 100,000. Because there's no way that's not a daily budget. We'll find out. We'll find out what way this works. I'm hoping that this makes considerable money next month, because we spent £839,000 marketing it there. So it's going to make... 3.5 million. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Just as long as we're making money, man, I don't care. Now here we can see, who is this? You're Dev 2B, and you're working in that room for some reason. Even though you shouldn't be. That's interesting, because you are supposed to be working in there, but whatever. And then that's me? Why am I... Oh yeah, no, we do work at this time, but why am I not just working in my own office? That seems really weird. Can I set these to be for no one right now? Is that a thing I can do? Like, I can set it for different teams, but I don't want to do that. Can I just say that room usage is... I guess I can't set it to just no one, can I? Fair enough, fair enough. I'll tell you what we do need, though, and this is something I haven't built this entire time, and it's something that is probably contributing to a lot of the stress that my employees have. We don't actually have a lounge at the moment, so I figure I might turn this room just here into a bit of a lounge, or I could turn that into a lounge, actually. What's this? Temperature's going to vary a lot in this room. Really? Okay, gonna have to do something about that, and apparently that room as well. Is air conditioning not working? Do we even have air conditioning in this building anymore? Because it was in there originally, wasn't it? Where have I... Oh, it's here. I feel like air conditioning's not really working all that well in that building, but whatever, we'll deal with that in just a little bit. Why are there people in there? Dev 1A, why are you in there? That seems really strange. Because I think that room could maybe be a lounge. Although I do like... hold on a minute, and you are also Dev 1A. Why are the Dev 1B plus 2? Why is this set to... Who are you? Also Dev... What the... I'm really confused by this. So Dev 1A should be in there. Some members of staff don't seem to be where they should be, which is interesting. So I am going to go ahead and I am just going to select every item of furniture in this room, and I'm going to delete it. And this is going to become a lounge, because it's really, really weird that they're not using the correct spaces there. So if I go to like common room and I say that I want something like this just in the corner, we can go ahead and we could throw a coffee machine onto this if we wanted to. Canteen, I think it's in. Yeah, there we go. So coffee machine there. We can get a clock just up above it to remind people that, hey, you're still at work. We could go for, is it not like a tea brewing one? I could always swear there was. I always thought there was. I mean, we could put instant coffee, regular coffee, or just espresso, but I think we'll leave that as is. We can go ahead and put I guess we'll put a couple of vending machines just there, because why not? But let's go back to common room. Let's get some sofas just into here, so my employees can have a nice relax if they want to. Move that to there. Then duplicate it and throw one there as well. And I could throw one there to sort of block off that corner, but I don't think that makes too much sense. So let's change the grid for a second, because that's a thing I can do. So I can anchor the grid to that wall. If I can get it central, that would be beautiful. Although I don't think that's going to happen. That'll do, I guess. Or will it? Hold on. Can I get the grid to work a little better? I don't know if that's going to happen. That's okay right there. So let me move this and put it there. And let me duplicate this one and put it there. And let me actually delete this one because I don't really like it. So delete that one and that's fine. So that's a bunch of couches for people to rest and relax on. We'll make sure it's, there's a bit of temperature in here because we might as well get a couple of radiators on the go just there. That should be okay. We do want to get some lights in here, so let's just go for something like that and something like that. And we'll get another one just sort of over there and there as well, I suppose. It's not the nicest of rooms, I'll be honest. It's a little bit basic, but it's probably fine. Let's just reset the grid so I can put this. I didn't want to put it outside. It's not really where I wanted it to go. Right there is where I want it. So that should be fine. Then we'll just put a water cooler just there as well. So that should be okay. That's going to be a pretty good lounge, I think. So limit usage to lounge, and we should see some employees hopefully lounging around in there. There we go. I mean, it's a bit of a distance for some of them to go to get stuff, but hopefully that'll be okay. I mean, I guess I can go and duplicate you and throw it there as well. Oh, wow. So that's all the couriers currently sat in the lounge. That's a little bit silly. I can't set that to, like, employees only, can I? No, but I could set it for every team, actually, because that might stop the couriers from using it. So if I do that and say it's for everyone, that might stop the couriers from using the lounge tomorrow. Which would be okay. Okay, so we spent £100,000 marketing this. So I guess, has the budget been changed? I feel like the budget system might have been changed so that it's now a daily budget for marketing, or rather a monthly budget for marketing. I don't really know, to be honest. Also, you might have heard my voice go weird there. I'm currently sipping on a nice mint tea. It's good for your throat, I find, mint tea. It's not bad. It's, I never used to like green tea at all. But this is green tea with mint, so it's kind of cheating, but yeah. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. It's really helping my throat at the moment. Plus, I'm on, some pretty hard stuff. I've got Bonjela going about at the minute. Gotta make sure my tooth's alright. Speaking of which, people have been asking about that because I mentioned it in a previous episode. My tooth has since started feeling better. So I feel like it's a wisdom tooth that was coming through and has since either stopped moving or it's got to the point where it doesn't hurt anymore. Either way, it's not so much a pain in the face as it once was. I also realized next month is July, which is when we're going to be releasing Wave 7, which is beautiful news. Absolutely beautiful news right there. I can't help but notice that the couriers are still using the lounge. That's not ideal, I'll be honest. Definitely not ideal. Let's have a little look at Plain Hero and see how that's doing. Let's get some outsourced reviews in Plain Hero. Because once it's done, we are going to push people off. We're going to get the game devs on an automated setup there. So end that, and it is at a 6.7. Okay. I feel like that's not getting any better. I feel like Plain Hero is just not getting any better. And that's kind of annoying. Also, my teams are all doing stuff, right? Like, who is currently working on Wave? So Wave is... Oh, yeah, it's Dev 1. The entirety of Dev 1 is working on Wave. So the entirety of Dev 2 is working on antivirus. So I feel like game devs might need more space. I feel like the game devs are in one of the worst situations that we have going on here, because they have, there's a few of them, admittedly. Also, Marketing 2 leader needs to not be in that room anymore. Yeah, there's a few of them. But I feel like they could have a better space. Let me go and select all the furniture in this room and delete it, because that room isn't, I don't want it being used anymore. Similar story with this room. I want to select all the furniture and delete it, because I want to see if my employees end up sitting idle. Hold on, so people are using that room as well. Who are you? Dev 2B, right. So that room isn't getting used anymore, is it? No, that room's not getting used by anyone, so select all the furniture and delete it. And what are you guys going to do? So you are going to go home by the looks of it. Interesting. And then the rest of you look like you're actually going off to your proper workplace. Interesting. Very, very interesting there. Okay, so maybe they're going to start using the proper desks. Alright, I'll tell you what. Once Plain Hero gets like 7 out of 10, I think I'm going to push it into beta, because it just doesn't seem to be getting any better, and that's kind of annoying me. So, it is July, though. July 2008, we are going to be releasing Wave 7, which is hopefully going to be beautiful. There we go. Too many teams in one of my rooms. Who are you? You're Dev 2A. You're Dev 2A. I feel like that's not as much of a problem as the game makes it out to be honest, because... Why is... Oh, everyone's gone on holiday. Yeah, that's not as much of a problem as everyone makes it out to be, because Dev 2A and B are never really technically working at the same time, so we should be alright. Now, they're designing Wave 8 already. I love that they just immediately go and design. Like, I love that so much. We're also still supporting Wave 6. Cancel support on Wave 6. And what about Vision Point 3? Yeah, that still needs support. Nerdbox needs support. Bug Blocker... I mean, I'm going to say cancel support on Bug Blocker. Vision.3D, probably worth canceling support there as well. That did annoy people ever so slightly, but that's okay. Not too worried about that. So, let's have a little look at Wave 7. Wave 7 costs $7.8 million to develop. That's ridiculous. Also, Vision.3. Wow. Oh, there's a last month profit now. Look at that. That's real. That's a nice. I don't think that's always been there, right? Wait, that made 9.8. Vision 3D made 9.8 million last month. I feel like that's not. It did. Good lord. What? How has that made so much? No. What? Oh, it's £200. No wonder. Right, that's fine. Let's have a little look then. So this costs 7.8 million to make. 500,000 units in stock. Start printing some copies of Wave 7 there. I want to see how much it actually ends up making. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see how it ends up doing. Let's get some reviews of Plain Hero again. I really hope it's gone up. Although it seems like there's no more lines of code getting developed. Where are my game devs? My game devs are here. Why are the game... Oh, it's still July. That's why they're not in. Right, Plain Hero. Let's end this and see where it is. Still 6.7. It doesn't seem like it's getting any better, does it? Which is kind of annoying. But we'll be alright. We'll make it work. So let's see. We're at £235 million. We're now at £238 million. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was only mediocre versus the great Wave 6. Although it does have sparse marketing as well, so it's not really been marketed all that well. That's worrying. That is really worrying. It's not worth the price. Port it to modern systems. I mean, I can port it. I can definitely port it. We'll just give it to everybody to port it. But really, there's not that many systems that are worth porting it to. Port it to those, I guess. Yeah, that's annoying. I feel like January 2010 is the release of Wave 8. I was really hoping 100% development time would be enough, but crank that up to 200 again. Just really, really take your time. Well, let's say 180. Take your time making this, because if you don't, it's going to be a pain. So yeah, that should be fine. Wave 8 is going to come along in January 2010. Probably not going to be amazing, but it'll be alright. This is being ported and is not done. Okay. Yeah, little bit annoyed about that. Next year, we have Bug Blocker 3 going out. That's fine. I mean, as long as we're still making money, we're okay. We didn't make another 9 million this month from Vision.3D, but that's fine. We can make it work. Let's look at Plane Hero again, because that is still getting developed. It's just not doing amazingly in terms of development. So end the development, end that, and it's at 6.7. You know what? I'm just going to push it out at 6.7. I'm going to promote it into beta, and that'll be fine. I'm going to print some copies. Oh, we're not in beta yet. We're in the delay phase. That's fine. Get it into beta, please. Or, well, we'll do that next month. Once it goes into beta, we'll print copies for a couple of months, and then we'll probably never need to print copies again, because to be honest, I really doubt that Plane Hero is going to do amazingly. Oh my god, Vision.3D just got 18.9 million. Wow, and Wave 7 just got to 6 million. Oh my god. We're going to need to... Oh no, you know what, we probably don't need to start printing copies of anything, but we'll do it anyway. That's ridiculous. Is that the highest... I think that's like the highest last month profit I've ever had. Wow, okay. Does that need ported to anything? No. No, it does not. Okay. No, that's totally fine. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to project management. We're going to get these set up. So this is going to be game engine, basically. And I want a game engine to be made by... I feel like I need a dev 3. I feel like I need a third dev team. And I'm so tempted to just copy this building to do it. And then just get dev 3 and 4. Because this building's not bad. It's a decent enough layout that I think, like, copying the entire building wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And then just throw it over here. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to select this entire building if I can. Which I absolutely can. So select the entire building. Pause the game because it's probably not going to like me doing this. I do want to clone the building. The structure is not supported. Come again. Okay. Can I copy this floor then? Select that floor. Select you and you and you and you. Then clone it. Now that's actually supported. Then rotate it. Can I get it nice and central there? I technically can. That is technically central for the area. So throw it just there. And that should be fine. So that's been cloned. Then I want to grab this floor. Now if I say just select the building floor, it just grabs that bit. So let me just do all of this relatively... I mean, this is quicker than going and building it again. I know some people might be like, well, I kind of prefer it when you just build from scratch and all that. But for the purposes of getting dev 3 A, B, and C and dev 4 A, B, and C, I really do feel like this is the better option. And to be honest, we could just keep going with this, if you think about it. So let me do that. Let me actually go for like dev 5 and 6 as well. We're not going to get them immediately, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. But I do want to do that, and I do want to do that. And I think I'll go again for this. That'll be 7. And that's going to be a pretty tall building, to be honest. That is going to be a pretty hefty building, but I like it. That should be totally fine. Let's go and then grab the meeting floor, which I want to select the entire floor. That's fine. And then I want to clone it, which is also fine. Rotate it that way. Throw it on top of all of this. And then I think I want to add another one. because that's going to be quite hefty indeed. Although that doesn't look anywhere near as good. So let me just select that floor and delete it, because it doesn't look very good at all. Select that floor and delete, please. Then just grab the server thing from here, and we'll clone it to the top of this one as well, which should be totally fine. So this goes just like that. There we go. Right, so that's going to have room for dev 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dev 7 is what we can go up to here, which seems pretty good. That's 5 more. Well, no, that's 15 more teams, technically, because they're all going to be working the same kind of pattern that A, B, and C are already working. So that's fairly significant right there. Now, these servers aren't all connected, so we're going to fix that. We're going to select all of the servers in the room. Then we're going to connect the servers, and that is going to be... What's the server that's in this building? What is this one? That's dev 2, right? Okay, so if that's dev... Wait a minute. Is that the hosting server? That's hosting. That's dev 1. And that's distro. Okay, so this is, I guess, dev 3? I guess? It might as well be. So if we go to servers and say that server 0 is going to become dev 3, we'll rename that. There's dev 3 in there already. So this building seems to be fine in terms of temperatures. I'm not seeing any warnings, so I guess we have enough temperature regulation in here, which is beautiful stuff. So we need to make 15 different teams. I feel like we might happen to need more leaders' offices as well. So let me just select this entire floor of this building. And let me duplicate this as well, because we're probably going to need it. Well, no, not technically. We have, what, 5 more... yeah, actually, no, we're perfect. We need 5 offices, each for 3 people. So this should be fine. Right, let's have a little look then. So we want to manage teams, and this is going to take a while. And there we go. Dev 3A is on there. 4, 5, 6, and 7. All in those spaces. Then, of course, over here we have the various offices. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All through those spaces. Should be absolutely beautiful. Next thing to do, of course, is going to be to work out the times. So, A teams arrive at 12 a.m. So, 12, 8, 5 is what we're looking for. Oh, no, you're 8 a.m., 12 a.m., 5 p.m. Okay, let's change this about then. So 8 until 4 p.m. is the time we're looking for here. So what was it? It was 8, and then it was 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Then 5 p.m. It should be 8 a.m. till 4 p.m., then 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. Like that. So this is going to be 5 until 11... and then 12 a.m. until 7 a.m. So the pattern we're looking for is 8, 5, 12, 8, 5, 12, 8, 5, 12, and then it'll be 4, 11, 7. So let's do that. And a lot of work has now been done. We've got all of the team leaders for all of the new teams. They're all set to go on HR training for the next 3 months. And when that's done, we need to go into each individual team and say HR options 21, 21, 18 for programmers, designers, artists, force roles, $1 million budget, etc., etc. We need to set all of this up for every single one of the teams. But we can't do that for 3 months because they're all going to be getting some training. But when that's done, we are probably going to spend obscene amounts of money on... oh boy. We're going to spend ridiculous amounts of money on salaries. It is going to be quite silly, but my thinking is that with these teams, I can technically set up 5 more automated processes, which is what I want to do. So in theory, the money that we're spending, we will make back. I mean, we made 18 million on Vision.3D in the last month, so something tells me we'll probably be okay. Because I'm pretty sure we're never going to spend 18 million on employee salaries. At the moment, we spend... what? How much do we spend on salaries? Salaries are less than $1 million. So I estimate the salaries will probably go up to at least $1 million. But as long as we make $1 million a month, we should be okay in terms of salaries. That's not to say that general expenses won't bring our expenses up. General expenses won't bring the expenses up. That's a bit of a redundant sentence. General expenses won't bring our monthly output up, but I think we'll still be okay. We should be able to manage. I'm also excited to see how much Vision.3D ends up making this month, because Wave 7 made, 6 million last month. Vision 3D made 18.9 million last month, so we should be all right. I'm very curious indeed to see how much it ends up making. 18.8 million goes to 21.5 million. Okay, and last month Wave 7 got 7 million in sales. Not bad. That's not bad. I'm really pleased with that. So Wave 7's back on top of being amazing. Vision.3D is doing alright, which is good. Let's go to project management then. Let's say 3D editor is going to be the one we make here. The design teams for this will be Dev 3, I guess, is going to be working on this, which is appropriate. So Dev 3 is going to be doing all the designing. Development teams is going to be Dev 3 as well, which is going to be set like that. Dev 1A is still working on that, though. There we go. Let's fix that. Secondary Dev is just going to be Dev 3 again. Support teams are going to be customer support, which is going to have to be expanded considerably. We'll probably go ahead and actually get a dedicated customer support building at some point, because I'm probably going to want 24/7 customer support soon. Pre-marketing will be handled by, I'm going to say both marketing teams. SCM can be Dev 3. General server can be hosting. And 180% development time. So that's fine. They will hype it. They're going to do only a single IP, which is totally okay. Use their own licenses. Handle marketing. Order 1 million physical copies. That's 100,000. Order 1 million physical copies. So that's going to be the 3D editor. Oh, I need to pick a leader. Okay. I don't know who the leader of Dev 3 is. So, Dev 3A. The leader is Nicholas Brady. Okay. Nicholas Brady is going to lead this one. Where are you, Nicholas? There you are. Okay. So, Nicholas Brady is going to lead the 3D editor, which is not going to be getting done for a while. We're also going to want to start working regularly on 2D editors. I mean, what software do we have? We want to do 3D editors. We want to do 2D editors. We already have audio tools. We want game engines. The games I'm going to have worked on by the game devs specifically. So let's get a 2D editor thing set up as well. So that'll be handled by Team 4. So 2D editor. And that's going to be, again, in the same way we did before, handled by devs 4, A, B, and C. Similar story with the secondary development. I really should look into secondary development as a potential thing. Because it would be handy to have, like, I guess, like, backup devs or whatever they are. But I just don't feel like I need it. I feel like some of these options in here feel a little bit redundant. Because if you have enough teams, I don't see the point in secondary dev teams. It doesn't really, does it explain what they are? No, not really. SCM is, of course, going to be Dev 3. Server is going to be hosting, about 180% on development, single IP, use own licenses, handle marketing, and 1 million. That's 10 million. 1 million physical copies. Should be totally okay. So that's going to be the 2D editor. Leader of Team 4 is going to be Jolene Anthony. Okay. Jolene, where are you? Please don't steal my man. There we go. So that's 3D editor and 2D editor good to go. I feel like an operating system team could be useful. But there's so many operating systems that I would need, like... I mean, I've put 2 of the teams to work thus far. In theory, I could have 3 more teams working on computer, mobile, and console operating systems, but I feel like I'll leave that for a little bit later down the line. We want people working on game engines next. So let's get that done. Let's do the game engine one, and then I'll leave the automation there for the time being. So game engine, I think, is team 5, if I'm not mistaken. So 5, A, B, and C. Similar story with these development teams. 5, A, B, and C. Anyone else on this that shouldn't be? Yep, devs. Oh god, they're everywhere. There we go. So that should be fine. Secondary devs, similar story. Just going to go through here and get everything set up quite nicely. Support teams, we do not want dev 2A or 1A on that. We just want customer support. Marketing, fine. Server, do dev 2 this time just for the heck of it. Hosting and 180%. And just say that we want all of this. And then another 1 million physical copies. It's 100,000 and that's 1 million. There we go. So, the 5A leader is the one and the only Christy Anderson. Okie dokie. Christy, where are you? Christy Anderson. You better be in here. There you are. Okay. Job done. So that's going to be the game engine release right there. And that's going to be good. That is, I feel, going to be really, really good. We still need to get people working on Office software and CMS, because we have antivirus being worked on already. So you know what? We have 6 and 7 not doing anything. Let's have 6 and 7 do Office software and CMS, and then 8, 9, and 10, when we get those eventually, we'll do operating systems. That seems like a good idea. So let's get teams 6 and 7 working on the 2 things that I mentioned. Okay, so all of that's been done. It's a bit of a not complex, but tedious process to set up the automation. With CMS, we are going to have to do it 2 more times eventually, because there's web publishing, financial, and workflow content management systems. So we're going to focus on the web publishing one for the time being, because it's 2008 and web publishing is a thing. So that's what we'll do there. That's going to be Dev 7 working on content management systems. What is this? Stocks has changed. I think that's, yeah, the symbol for stocks, I think, has changed. There has been a significant increase in my stocks there. I wonder, can I sell those? Oh god, I can sell them, and it does. Other companies do, in fact, buy my stocks. Now that seems risky. That seems really risky to, like, let them have my stocks like that. I don't like that. I don't like the idea that they might be able to buy out my company. Stab Digital Industries. Who are you? Are you like the top one? No, you're there. Oh man, that is a little bit scary, is what that is. That is a little bit scary right there. I don't like. I've never had another company own stocks in my company, I guess. That's odd. Is what that is. That is a little bit odd. We'll not worry too much about it though, because hopefully we can look into HR options for these teams. Not yet. I guess they're not back yet. That's totally okay. They'll come back eventually. 24 million pounds in Vision 3D there, by the way. We're currently looking at 9 million last month in Wave 7. We are making some ridiculous cash. We are well on our way to £1 billion. So we might do this. Oh my god, that's so many people. Oh yeah, I changed parking, by the way, because they were complaining that there wasn't enough. There is now, though, which is good. They just have a significant distance to walk, but they can deal with that. Hopefully, they can deal with it and stop complaining. Is what they're gonna do. So let's see. Have any of the team leaders got back yet? No. I really wish they would. I really wish they would. I want HR options. I want to start getting these teams filled up. I'm excited, because it means we can, once we get all the teams filled up, it means we can go ahead and we can basically just start making everything. I'm excited to see the release windows here, because April 2009 is gonna be Bug Blocker 3. January 2010, not long after, is gonna be Wave 8. I want to see if we can get like 3, stuff out every year. I want to be releasing stuff every single year. New iterations of previous software, new things, just bigger and better things everywhere. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully. Hopefully it's going to be amazing. Also, I saw someone commenting in a previous episode, like, I would love to have Dylan as a boss. He just accepts demands for pay rises. That's generally because if you don't, they get really annoyed, and we're making so much money that, I mean, if someone come up to me and said, I want £1 million every month, I'd probably say yes, because at this point, we're making so much, it doesn't matter. Now, let's see. Have they done their training? No. No, they're still on it. That's fine. Fair enough. I see how it's going to be. We're going to be waiting a little while longer. But we're making so much money, I don't think it matters. I'll be honest. I don't think it's a major concern. Hold on a minute. Why have we got so much this... How much did Wave 7 just make? Wave 7 made 10 million last month, so not as much as I thought it did. Also, not as many active users in both of those as I thought there'd be, but it does seem that £100,000 is like the sweet spot for marketing with these products. It really seems like £100,000 is exactly where you want to be. I will say, my reputation being a bit higher than it has been before is probably helping a lot, because... Oh, wow, my frame rate's at like 15 there. Yeah, my reputation being a lot higher than it has been before is probably helping a lot, because it means that people are like, hey, they make good products, let's buy them. As opposed to, hey, they don't do very good stuff, let's not buy them. So that's fine. We have some deals here. Let's take some hosting deals. Just across the board, we'll take that as well. We'll take that as well. We could take some print jobs, but I don't think there are any, so that's fine. We're making some pretty good money in hosting there, though, which is totally okay by me. Let's have another little look in here. Still nothing. Man, I'm getting really impatient with this. I really am. I know I'm getting really impatient with this as well. Which is why it's kind of silly. But we'll not worry too much about it. Let's have a little look in here again. So, interesting. Interesting that Fringe Clap seemed to have bought some of my stocks. There also seems to be like a 490% increase on these stocks just here. So you know what? I'm going to sell them, because that's put me even closer to being a multi-billion pound company. Well, a billion-pound company. But I am going to go and see if I can buy stocks in Stab Digital Industries, because I'm a little bit nervous about this. If I look at their chart, or their details rather... Oh, it is 1.3 billion to buy stocks in that company. Never mind then. Let's never mind that. Let's pay no attention to that. Good lord. They are a fairly pricey company. And we are now worth over £1 billion, thanks to me selling off the stocks. We just don't currently have £1 billion. So we are a £1 billion company. We just don't have the yeah, no, that's fine. That's totally fine. We'll be a £1 billion company within a couple of months, so I'm not that concerned. I mean, I am a little concerned about other companies having my stocks, I will admit, but that shouldn't be too troublesome, right? I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. No company's going to buy me out, right? That's not going to be a thing that can happen. I bloody hope not. Let's see. HR options. Still not there. Why are they not there? Why can't I do HR? I want to do HR. Who are you? There was someone in there. Who are you? You are maintenance. Okay. Fair enough. There's no point having a go at the maintenance guys, so we'll not worry too much about that. Man, I just want HR for these new teams. I really do. Oh, hello. Who are you? Oh! I think they're back. Yeah, they are. 3B. Can't do it yet because they haven't been in. Okay, so I assume, Dev, once they come into work for the first time, that's when you can switch on HR. So that's what we'll do. We're going to wait for them all to come in. So it's going to be February 2008. We switch on HR options for the 5 new teams. And then it's going to be March 2009. Sorry, not 2008. March 2009 that we have, like, you know, a couple of hundred new employees. Oh my god, that's going to be ridiculous. Let's have a look. So manage employees, select all. We currently employ 624 people, which is considerable. Also, Plain Hero has been in beta for a while, so we're going to set this to be released in... I'm going to say... I mean, April, we release antivirus. Let's put it out in... You know what? Let's put it out in April as well. Let's do April as the release for Plain Hero. Then we're going to start marketing it with the usual setup. Not a lot of point in putting out a press release right now, but that's fine. Mark it with a press build and mark it with hype. So that should be fine. So we'll get those done as soon as we possibly can. And I'm certainly hoping for the best on this. Plain Hero has like 20 followers. Okay. An employee is freezing. Why are you working in there? Because you shouldn't be. I guess it's my fault for not removing the furniture, but there you go, get out. That's not a room to be working in, so that's entirely your fault. Okay. So in a couple of months, we release Plain Hero and Bug Blocker 3. That has me very excited. Let's go to Manage Teams. Can I get HR for you? Yes, I can. Can I get HR for you? Yes, I can. Okay, 21, 21, 18 is the golden number. That's Dev2C right there. That's the one. All right. Let's do it. Well, if I set the budget to 0, will it just automatically... I don't know if it will. Okay, 21, 21, 18. Force the rolls. Oh, this is going to take a while. Okay, everybody's been hired. We have 61 people on each team, which brings the total number of employees at this company up to a grand total of 1,500 people. And my frame rate down to a grand total of about 20. So, this is going well, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. Definitely a lot. We'll not worry too much about it, though, because we can put out this press release for Plain Hero. We can market it with another press release, of course, and possibly a press build as well. And then what we can do is go in and start working on another 3D editor, which is going to be this. It is going to be a follow-up to Vision 3D, which is going to be Vision 3D version 2, I guess. That'll be fine. Hopefully they don't rename it V2-2. Oh god, what would they do that? Edition 2 is what we'll call this one. That's fine. It's gonna run on pretty much everything. Where's, like, is there any operating system? Yeah, you've still got 2.9 million active users. So it's gonna run on everything back to you, which is fine. The 2D editor is going to be Vision.3, which is also... Did we really not have much in... No, we did. We had all of this, didn't we? Okay, so that's fine. We're going to make it £200, much like the last one. Gonna have it on hosting. SCM is going to be Dev3, because why not? And that should be fine. So that's going to be given to... Category's fine. That's all okay. Project management, 3D editor is going to be designing Vision 3D Edition 2. Then the 2D editor thing is going to be a similar setup. So it's going to be an original IP. It's going to be Vision.3. Which is... This is going to get confusing, actually. This is going to get really confusing. Vision.3 Edition 2. Now, you know what? Just call it Vision.4. Although I don't know if it'll... Hold on. What would it... What is the names? Vision.32. Yeah. Edition 2 is what we'll go for. That's fine. It's going to have all of that. It's going to be £120. It's going to be on the Dev2 server. It's going to run on everything back to there, which is fine. And that's going to be given to the 2D editor project management scheme. Then we need to do similar with the game engine, which is going to be a little bit more tricky, but we'll work on it. So game engine is going to be a follow-up to Polygonal Thought. And we're just going to call this... Oh, wow. I don't know. What are we going to call this? Vertex. There we go. Just gonna call it Vertex because we're fancy like that. It is gonna have like everything in it that it can possibly have. Apparently it only needs a 3D editor, which is beautiful news. So Vertex, interesting name. Definitely an interesting name. Let's make it £35. Hopefully I'm not missing anything there. Let's add some operating systems then. So we'll go from that one all the way back to that one. There we go. So that should be fine. Apparently it only needs a 3D editor still. Interesting. SCM is going to be Dev 1 just for the heck of it. And that's going to be given to the game engine project. Don't think I'm missing anything on that, so that's okay. Next up is going to be Office software. I know I could cut this out of the video, by the way, but this is all stuff. I want you to see what's going into all of these softwares because these are going to be getting automatically made going forward. So, default Office software, I want it to just have everything possible. So just every feature. We've never made one of these before. So just give it absolutely everything it can have. It is going to be using Vision.3. It is going to be called Page. No, you know what? Call it digital paper, virtual paper. Nah. I don't know what to call it, to be honest. I mean, Microsoft have Office, but there's not really anything. Desk. Digital desk is what we'll call it, because we're fancy like that. £99. An original IP, obviously. So digital desk, that's fine. Server dev 1. SCM dev 1. Server is hosting. There we go. So dev 1. And that should be fine. So we are going to add that to everything back to the 2.9 million users there. That's totally fine. And that's going to be given to Office software. I don't think I'm missing anything, so that's fine. So Office software is going to work on that. And then the final one is going to be the web CMS. So set that up for, that's an operating system, CMS, web publishing. That's totally okay. Give it just everything here. Give it themes as well. 2D editor is going to be Vision.3D. Doesn't actually need to be developed for an operating system, which is beautiful. We're going to make this £75. It is an original IP. It is going to be developed on Dev 2. And the name we're going to go for is, I don't know, Squareface. Yeah. Squareface is what we'll go for on this. That's totally fine. And give that to the web CMS just there. It can only be great, but that's fine. So they are all now working on one thing or another, basically. So if we look at all of you, you're all designing something. Let's close up Plane Hero for a second so we can see all of these. So yeah, Vision 3D Edition 2, Vision 3 Edition 2, Vertex, Digital Desk, and Squareface. Eventually, they're all going to be given release dates once they move into development, which I'm very interested in, to be honest. Although, obviously, none of them are being worked on because none of the employees have actually shown up for their first shift because they're not going to do that until we get to March. So, interestingly, my frame rate tanking down to 20 is not because of the almost 1,000 new employees that we hired. Oh no! Oh, that's not good. Yeah, there we go. The game's froze. Hold on. There we go. We're all right. This is going to be an interesting next couple of episodes. We're almost at 1 billion in our bank as well, which is beautiful news. Oh my god. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. Let's just close these up a little bit so we can see everything that's going on. 19.2 million on Vision 3D there. Plane Hero is probably not going to do amazingly, but once it's done, we can give the game devs the option to just make games, which I'm very excited about. So That's hopefully going to be good. Also, these frame rate drops, I'm sorry, you're going to have to deal with them. My PC, it's pretty good. Pretty good PC. This game and my PC, however, aren't really designed to deal with this many people, I guess. So yeah, afraid you're going to have to just going to have to put up with that for the time being. That's how these things work. Now let's see then. So none of these things have release dates. Yeah, I really want them. I want to see the release dates. I want to see when we're going to be getting all of this software out. I mean, it's on 180% development time, so I assume everything does take 180% time as opposed to just 100%. So I guess design might be taking a little bit longer because of that. I realize it's not long until we release either Plain Hero or Bug Blocker 3. Oh, there we go. November 2013. Jesus. November 2013 for Vision 3 Edition 2. That is some considerable time right there. November 2014 for Digital Desk. Man, we're not going to be doing anything for the next 5 years. Yeesh. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this. This is actually going to take an age. Maybe I got a little bit carried away there. October 2014 for Vision 3D Edition 2. So 2013, 2014 are looking to be some pretty big years. There's 2 releases within a month of each other there. I really should have staggered the development on these, shouldn't I? That would have made a lot more sense to stagger them and not set them all up at one point, because it means that they're all going to release within the same window. Either way, it is now April 2009. Let's release Plain Hero. Let's print some copies of Plain Hero as well. We could probably stop printing copies of Wave 7 for the time being, although it's still selling. Vision 3D, stop printing that. And let's go ahead and release Plain Hero. Give it a marketing budget of 100,000. That is 100,000, right? Yeah, that'll do. Marketing budget of 100,000. We'll not order copies. Don't think we've any need to do that. And we'll end up seeing how it does. We have 2 more things here that need release dates. There we go. Bug Blocker 3 has just gone out. That's very exciting stuff. I want to see the release dates for the game engine and the web CMS. Really curious on those. Really, really curious. December 2016 for the game engine. Man, that's 7 years away. You're kidding me. Wow, that is actually kind of ridiculous. I mean, I get why. I think it's a combination of the teams not necessarily being very good, because it's employed so many people that it's going to have generated a lot of new employees that are not going to be very good. But I guess by that point, they'll probably be good at what they do. It's just that we don't really have anything to release in all of that time. We also can't keep up with support for Wave 7, apparently. Good to know. Good to know. I mean, I assume Bug Blocker 4 isn't going to be in a similar release window to all of this. I mean, we're probably going to have Wave 8. We have Wave 8 going out in January. I assume Bug Blocker 4 is going to be like 2011-ish. Hopefully. I'm a little bit concerned about the CMS, because it's taking the longest out of all of them. Anyway, Plain Hero. Is it going to make me any money? It didn't, really. Okay. Plain Hero does not meet demand. Really? Okay, I don't need to see the reviews. Bug Blocker 3 made a little bit. Plain Hero has, like, nothing in stock, but we're printing copies, aren't we? No, apparently not. Good. Nice. So we've just destroyed our own product because we weren't printing copies. That'll do. Start printing. Plain Hero, we already are. Order copies. Get me like 100,000 in stock. That's 10,000. Give me 100,000 in stock there, please. And hopefully that'll sell. That might have been a little bit of a misclick on my part. We'll not worry too much about it though. Everything should be okay. I'll tell you what, though. If Plain Hero doesn't end up making money, I don't think we're going to have to worry. We already have over $1 billion in the bank. We are... Where exactly on the all companies thing here? So we are here. We're going to take over Age Street very, very soon, which is beautiful news. Fringe Clap is up to a $12 billion company. I wonder why. What was their most recent release? December 2007, they released a phone operating system. It made them 3.9 billion in profit, and it cost 903 at retail. I feel like all of my products need to be worth a bit more money. But with the automation, once these initial products go out, all of the future products will be automatically priced by the game. So in future, we might see some ridiculous prices in some of my software. For the time being, not so much. But that's fine. That's totally fine. We'll get there eventually. My goal here is to eventually make ridiculous money. That's the plan. I would love to make like 3.9 billion on something, but I have a feeling that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Now, with that said, I can't help but notice that Squareface isn't getting a release window. That's a bit worrying. But admittedly, Bug Blocker 4 is still in design as well, and neither of those, I imagine, are particularly complicated to make for our teams. So I think it might just be a case of me having to be a little bit more patient, and obviously hope for the best. I do want to see, though, if Plain Hero is actually going to make money. I'm actually very, very curious to see if Plain Hero will actually make anything at all, because it didn't, but now it has copies in stock, so it might. So we'll see, basically. We're going to see what happens with this. I'm also going to just, like, zoom in here so I don't see everyone else moving around, so I can get, like, 20 frames per second right now. Because that's what I'm getting. Plain Hero is going to go on to make anything at all. 24,000. Yeah, I don't think Plain Hero is going to actually sell at all, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's fine. What we'll do is set up one more project management scheme, which is going to be games, basically. Leader is going to be whoever leads the game devs team, which is the one and only Marlin Holt. Okay. So Marlin Holt is going to lead this. The design, this is just going to be game devs only working on this, because that's how we roll. So game devs are there. Same with this. Oh my god, there's so much to scroll through. Oh god, this is just tedious. It might have been a better idea to not have 24/7 development and instead just go for like 9 to 5s for every team, just to get more done in one day. But to be fair, that would have actually put more people on screen at any one time, which is probably not what I want to do. So maybe we should have just went with like normal teams rather than having all of these teams. Anyway, SCM is going to be dev 3. The server is going to be hosting. We're going to go for like 100 and... We're going to go 120% on game dev. Only sequels, no. Single IP, no. Use own licenses, all that stuff. Order 1 million copies. And that'll be fine. So that's going to be games. And that's okay. So the next release for games is going to be using... Do I want to use Polygonal Thought? That's the question. Because Polygonal Thought is mediocre. There's not a lot of units sold. But I don't think... Yeah, I can put it on everything now, because it was sort of ported to a lot of things. So I can very well get a lot of people playing this game. 14 million people. That's fine. Let's just give it everything it can have. So local multiplayer, mod support, etc., etc. MMO, 2D graphics, 3D graphics, all of that. We don't support VR, unfortunately. I sincerely hope we supported VR on Vertex, but whatever. And this is going to be something different. This is going to be an FPS. Oh god, I have to select all this again, really? Yeah, we're gonna make a first-person shooter because we've been making sports games this whole time, and the development teams are like, hey, let's do something else here. 3D editor is Vision 3D. Audio tool, Wave 7, obviously. So we are using all of our own things. The name could be Zombie Rebirth, honestly. Could be. But what are we going to go for? I mean, we could go for like an obvious play in Call of Duty, but we'll go for Battlefield. It's a shooter where you play as some bovine badass or something. I don't know. Make it like 70 pounds. That'll be fine. Server is going to be hosting. SCM is going to be dev 3. We probably want to make the hosting server bigger, but we'll manage. Yeah, we don't have any previous IPs there. It can be great, which is beautiful news. Project management, give it to games. There we go. So they are going to be working fairly soon, I hope, on Battlefield. I sincerely hope they start working in Battlefield anyway. We'll see when they come in, because it should, as soon as the game devs get here, it should say that they're designing Battlefield. Any second. Jesus, nowhere for my career to park. Seriously, we have a lot of parking. We have got a lot of parking. So that's a wee bit concerning. Do my game devs go on holiday in... Oh, no, there they go. Designing Battlefield. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Curious to see when that releases. But I have a feeling I'm not going to find out for a while, because we still don't have a release date for Bug Blocker 4. We still don't have a release date for Squareface. So that's fine. Ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it there for today. We have a lot of people at the company. A ridiculous number of people working at the company. But I'm excited. We have a lot of products that are scheduled to release in quite a few years' time. But there is still work to do. If Battlefield ends up being a relatively regular release, well, it won't be that specifically. It'll be... I mean, they don't have to stick to one IP or one franchise, so they could end up making something else, which is kind of what I want them to do. I do want them making different games. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with all of our software, because there's a lot of it. But this automation right here, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I feel is currently like end game in Software Inc. Alpha 9. Because you set up everything and it does it itself. Like at this point, the only thing I need to do is get 2 more CMS systems and 3 operating system project management schemes. And then everything is being done for me. Literally everything. I don't have to develop anything anymore. I don't have to deal with hiring and firing employees. I just have to deal with team leaders. That is literally my job. And that's kind of cool, to be honest. That is pretty cool. I will say, I'm still gonna... Oh, I think the game's frozen again. No, there we go. Good. I'm still gonna try and work on little things here and there with this, but I do think we're getting towards the end of the series, especially with, like, the low frame rates and all that stuff. I mean, what? This is part 12? I estimate by the end of this week... So what, this video goes out on Wednesday the 22nd. Happy Wednesday, by the way. I reckon by Sunday's episode, part 16, we'll probably be done. Maybe. I'm not going to guarantee it. I'm not going to say that Sunday's episode will be the last. It might be sooner. We might not get to Sunday's episode, but I do think we're definitely getting towards the end of this, because I mean, I want to get a lot of stuff releasing automatically. I want to get all this done, but automation, I feel, is like end game. Anyway, I am going to leave it there for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been Software Inc. Alpha 9 part 12, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.